Hello everyone, I'm Jake. Welcome to Green World product training video, and the product in focus today is Healthy Joint. This is one product which is incredible for maintaining your joint health, and I would say that all of us must take it whether we have joint problems or if we don't ever want to have joint problems. It is applicable in all the situations. So in this video, I will provide you detailed information about all those ingredients which are present in healthy joint that helps to maintain our joint health. Before we talk about ingredient profile of Green World's product Healthy Joint, I would briefly like to discuss about various joints in our human body. So starting with type of joints. So as you can see on the screen, we have three types of joint. Number one is fibrous joints, which are basically immovable and they are fixed. Then we have cartilaginous joints, which are semi-movable. Then we have synovial joints, which are freely movable. Alright, let's have a look at the structure of our joint, and it is important for you to understand this. Only then you will realize the importance and incredible power of Green World product Healthy Joint. As you can see on the slide, this is the depiction of a knee joint. So basically in our skeletal structure we have our bones. As you can see here, there are two bones, and these bones are held together by soft connective tissues like our ligaments. On top of that, we have our muscles, and our muscles are connected to our bones by another soft tissues, our tendons. In between these two bones, we have a cushion-like structure called cartilage, so that our bones does not rub against each other. Now, pay close attention to what I'm talking, and that is an important component of our joint called the synovial membrane, because the synovial membrane produces a fluid called synovial fluid. Basically, our soft connective tissues, our ligaments, tendons and cartilage, they are like elastic, like rubber bands. And to maintain that elasticity, you need a fluid, and that fluid is called synovial fluid. In the absence of that synovial fluid, these elastic joints, our tendons and cartilage and ligaments, they become dry. And after becoming dry, they start tearing apart. That's why synovial fluid is extremely important. Alright, let's move on to the next slide and understand the functions of our joints. So in our skeletal structure, as you can see, we have almost 360 joints. Various functions can be classified based on the structure of that particular joint. All these 360 joints basically are involved in the movement or stability of our entire skeletal structure. Now, in a good, happy world, everything is good, all our joints are healthy, but we are humans and we are prone to different infections or different conditions which can lead to erosion of our joints or different diseases related to our joint. So now let's have a look at different types of diseases related to our joints. Osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, gout, spondylitis, juvenile idiopathic arthritis, lupus, and bursitis. Now I'm going to explain these different joint diseases very briefly, one by one, starting with osteoarthritis. As you can see on the slide, osteoarthritis is a condition which results due to normal wear and tear with the passage of time. In case of osteoarthritis, as you can see on the slide, our cartilage, which is like a cushion between our two bones, which protects the bone from rubbing from each other. These cartilage or the meniscus start degenerating, and one of the main reasons is also the lack of synovial fluid. Next joint problem is rheumatoid arthritis. This is an autoimmune disorder, and this can happen at any age. Autoimmune disorder means that the defense or the immune system of our own body start attacking the healthy tissues, and in this case the healthy tissues like cartilage, and soft connective tissues. So as you can see again here, the cartilage start wearing out, and even the synovial membrane is swollen, which again leads to lack of synovial fluid. And with the passage of time, our bones also start eroding. Rheumatoid arthritis is a condition which can result due to other metabolic syndromes like thyroid disorders or lupus. All these autoimmune disease can result in rheumatoid arthritis as well. Next joint disease is gout, which is again a metabolic disorder. The most common area affected by gout is our toe thumb area. That joint basically gets swollen and inflamed due to crystallization of uric acid in that particular area. Gout mainly results from excess of uric acid in our body. In general, our kidneys are pretty efficient at excreting out the uric acid. In case of gout, kidneys are unable to excrete out uric acid through urine, because of which this uric acid start collecting between those joints, as you can see on the slide. So it is important to understand that why does this uric acid builds up in the first place. Now from the slide you can make out that gout is mainly a lifestyle disorder. Basically people who consume high amount of high prunes foods, especially seafood, and also alcoholic beverages like beer, can result in excess of uric acid, and that overwhelms the kidneys, resulting in collection of that uric acid in those sensitive joints of our thumbs on our toes. So one thing that I would suggest for people who suffer from gout is to avoid all these high prunes food sources like seafood, or at least reduce the consumption if you can't completely avoid it, and then stay away from alcoholic beverages in large quantities. Then you can avoid wheat flour and yeast products like white bread. Avoid eating leafy vegetables like broccoli and cabbage, and also stay away from excess sugar. Moving on to the next condition, and that is spondylitis. Spondylitis, in simple language, it means inflammation of your spinal bones or vertebrae. Severe cases of spondylitis can leave your spine hunched. As you can see on the slide, you lose the normal curvature of your spine. Unfortunately, spondylitis cannot be cured, but with a good product like Green World Healthy Joint, you can reduce the pain related to it and keep your back strong. Next condition is juvenile idiopathic arthritis. This happens in case of young children. Again, you have inflamed synovial membrane, thinning cartilage, bone overgrowth, and this leads to deformation of the joint. Next condition is lupus, which is again an autoimmune disorder, and lupus also leads to arthritis. Next condition related to joint problem is bursitis. Bursitis is a very painful condition, and it affects the bursa, a small fluid filled sac. As you can see on the slide, that blue color sac, it is full of fluid, and it cushions our bones, muscles and tendons near our joint. Bursitis happens when the bursa becomes inflamed, and the most common places are knee, shoulders, elbows. Alright guys, so I discussed about all the problems or disorders related to our joint. Now let's talk about the solution, and the solution is Green World Healthy Joint. Have a look on this slide, and these are all the amazing ingredients sourced from natural sources. Number one is glucosamine sulfate, chondroitin sulfate, calcium, magnesium, D3 and boron. So let's talk about the first ingredient of Green World Healthy Joint, and that is glucosamine sulfate. Glucosamine is a naturally occurring substance that is found all around our joints. It is naturally present in animal bones, shellfish and fungi. Basically, glucosamine is a naturally occurring amino sugar that is one of the most common monosaccharide in the world. It is found throughout the animal world in the cell walls of joints and connective tissues, and especially found in the exoskeletons, that is the outer skeletal layer of crabs and spiders. Next ingredient is chondroitin sulfate. Chondroitin sulfate again is a molecule that naturally occurs in the body. It is an important component of soft connective tissue cartilage, which forms a cushion between two joints. This molecule was discovered in the cartilage of cows in 1861 by a German chemist, Fischer. Now, chondroitin sulfate can also come from natural sources like shark or bovine cartilage, or it can be made in a lab as well. And then we have calcium, magnesium and vitamin D3 as well in Green World Healthy Joint. As you all know, calcium helps to form the mineral density in our bones, and for the proper absorption of calcium, we need vitamin D3. Without vitamin D3, our body would not be able to absorb calcium, and it will increase the level of calcium in our blood, which can cause further complication. In addition to calcium and D3, Green World Healthy Joint also contains magnesium, because magnesium helps in the release of hormone called calcitonin by our thyroid gland. Calcitonin basically regulates the levels of calcium in our blood by stopping the process of resorption of bones. And then we have boron, which further provides strength to our joints. So all in all, healthy joint is an amalgamation of perfect ingredient that makes it an elixir of healthy joints for all of us. I mean, just think about it. You don't have to buy all these individual ingredients separately. At Green World, we put them in the scientific dosage combined together to give you the synchronized effect just in one single product. Alright guys, so I'm gonna end this video with some cautions and suggested usage. So for cautions, glucosamine may affect the blood sugar levels and insulin levels. So in case if you are diabetic, then make sure to consult with your doctor or physician so that they can adjust your medication protocol and design a right protocol to incorporate Green World Healthy Joint. Also, as I mentioned earlier, chondroitin sulfate is derived from natural sources like exoskeletons of crabs or spiders. So, in case you're allergic to shellfish, I would suggest that you consult with your doctor before starting healthy joints. Now let's talk about the recommended dosages. To get the desired result, it is advisable to take 3 capsules twice a day. One dosage can be in the morning after breakfast, and the second dosage can be in the lunch, or it can be in the dinner as well, depending on your schedule. And another important thing to remember here is that it's not a painkiller. So make sure that you give yourself at least 1 month of continuous usage to see the benefits of Green World Healthy Joint. Alright guys, so that was all the information about Green World Healthy Joint. It is one of the most important products always present in my cabinet, and I'm sure after today's video, it will find its place in your kitchen cabinet as well. See you guys next time. Till then, maintain those healthy joints.